Great pleasure. I would like to invite you all to the pre-match press conference of Kerala Blasters FC ahead of home match against FC Goa.
Sahal, ഈ രണ്ട് ഗോൾ അതിൽ സഹലിലുണ്ടാക്കിയ ചേഞ്ച് എന്താണ്?
ഏതൊരു പ്ലെയർക്കും ഒരു കോൺഫിഡൻസ് തരുന്ന ഒരു സംഭവമാണ് ഗോൾ അടിക്കുക എന്നുള്ളത്. അപ്പോൾ എന്നെ സംബന്ധിച്ചിടത്തോളം എനിക്ക് വളരെ ഒരു ബൂസ്റ്റാണത്. കാരണം ഞാൻ വിചാരിച്ച അത്ര ടീമിനെ ഹെൽപ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ എനിക്ക് സാധിച്ചിട്ടില്ല ഈ കഴിഞ്ഞ കളിയിലൊക്കെ. അപ്പോൾ എനിക്കത് തീർച്ചയായും എനിക്ക് പേഴ്സണലി എനിക്കൊരു കോൺഫിഡൻസ് ബൂസ്റ്റ് തന്നെയാണ്. അറിയില്ല, അത് ഒരു പ്ലെയറിൻ്റെ അഭിപ്രായങ്ങളാണ്. എനിക്കറിയാം ചേത്രിക്ക് ഏറ്റവും ഫേവറേറ്റ് പ്ലെയർ മെസ്സി തന്നെയാണ്. പക്ഷേ ഹാർഡ് വർക്കിങ് കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ റൊണാൾഡോനെയാണ് ചേത്രി ഫോളോ അപ്പ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ എനിക്കറിയാം ഒരു പ്ലെയറിൻ്റെ ഒപ്പീനിയനാണ്. ഹാപ്പി.
After a match against a weak team, the last match team is not as strong as FC Goa. Now you're going to face FC Goa. So how tough is it? What is running in the minds of the players and yourself?
We must be honest. Speaking about last game, even we were playing against the team who is still on the bottom of the table. These games are the most difficult games to play. Even last season when we were playing in a bubble, against the same team, for us it was very difficult, because these games when you beforehand says that they're easy games, trying to predict and say this is easy game to win. No, these kind of games are always like a trap, and if you are not ready enough, if you are casual thinking that it will be easy, then you fall into that trap. And then mostly you lose those games. So we knew before that game that we have to be concentrating, we have to be focused on the things that we want to do on the pitch in order to collect the points. So and that was the case. So I was really happy after the game, seeing how the boys reacted. Not only boys standing on the pitch from the beginning, but also boys coming from the bench, and it actually made the difference. So now tomorrow we are facing one of the best teams of the league. Always the team who likes to keeps possession, likes to play football, likes to be tough in duels. So it will be, I think, interesting game to watch, interesting game to play. Even last year we played two interesting games against them. So I'm expecting nothing but that. Very hard game from both sides, organized in a concentrated game where both teams want to win. So hope to see a good game tomorrow.
Coach, you had predicted an ugly match ahead of the clash against Odisha. How do you predict tomorrow's match?
Well, you know that our games are always interesting because they can go both ways. Because we are the team who wants to attack, we are the team who wants to press high. We want to have a certain style, and I think that tomorrow's game will be more of a character game where both teams will have to control the emotions in certain moments of the game, and I think that the team who keeps that emotions under control and having part of intelligence how to manage this game will win this game. So this will be tomorrow not only technical and tactical side, it will be a mentally tough how to manage certain moments when we speak about small details, important details like set pieces and all other things, how we will act and react on certain situations. I think that it will make difference tomorrow.
You are back into the home soil, and how much comfort level it gives the fans, the presence of the fans?
Personally, I like it a lot. I like it a lot, seeing the moment we leave the hotel, the moment we go and see on the streets the sea of yellow jerseys and people going and knowing that there will be huge support. I'm really thrilled and enthusiastic about that. I like that feeling. I like playing in front of our crowd because it gives you, like I said, goosebumps. It gives you the feeling of love that you want to be there. So actually for us it must be kind of a motivational boost, wanting to give something extra to those fans and wanting to win the game, whether we are playing against, doesn't matter. Every game we want to have that feeling, wanting to win this game.
What are the areas where you work upon for improvement in recent days?
Well, you know, last year we were the team. Okay, last year we were the youngest team of the league. I think that we had also the most minutes collected by the young players, and also we were the team who had the most clean sheets in the league. So from the beginning, even last season we had that difficulties in the beginning. See, we want to get back to that level where we are capable of holding the defense line, having clean sheet. You know, because these kind of things give you kind of confidence. Okay, not conceding, trying to compose the game, trying to have game under control. So many aspects in one game are very important. How you want to defend, how you want to attack, how you want to press together, how you want to be compact. So actually it's never-ending work. So you work every week preparing these things and you have to do it constantly. So it's not that 1 week you will say, you know, this is the issue, we have to do that. Yes, but you have to do many other things together. So because finding that balance between offense and defense, this is the most important. Not only being concentrated on your defense task, not only thinking about how we're going to attack, leaving the defense work behind. No, this is a balance we want to find. So I think that even last year and many teams, last year and this year, they are still in that period, I think, where they are finding, because the ISL is that kind of format. You know, many teams before the competition, they don't have this possibility to play these kind of games with consistency, and then when the ISL starts, everybody is like still looking for best options or best moments they need to complete. So I think that we will get back in that shape like we had the last season, that we can start being more consistent in that way, that we can have that confidence as a team and continue building up collective points. This is our objective.
What are the strong points which you are going to rely on tomorrow evening?
Teamwork, team spirit, defending all together, okay, being clinical in transitions. When we create chances, because so far, not only this season, also last season again, every game we were capable of creating chances. So this makes me happy as a coach, as a technical staff. You work on that and you prepare those things. So we want to be more clinical and concentrated when it happens and it occurs, that we like score goals, because it will give confidence. Because sometimes even in last games we were creating chances, we were not scoring those chances. In some games where you play against very good teams, it will not happen that you will have 15 chances, that you can score 1 or 2 of them. Sometimes when you create a couple of chances, you must be very concentrated to score. So this is important, especially when you play against those teams. And the more the season goes and continues, the more the teams will be focused, concentrated, not allowing opponents to create and score goals. So that's why we must be, like I say, more clinical, more focused when it occurs, to be concentrated to score goals. So this is what we have to do in the next games.
Do you think that there is a need for improvement in crosses into the opponent's penalty box?
You know, every evening, even when we are sitting together with the staff and watching games, not only speaking about our games, but any other game in ISL, later you see some statistics, people saying, you know, but they have so many crosses and they do, yeah, but more than 95% of crosses in ISL are not correct. So they're just flying over the goal, flying over the... So these kind of things, when you decide to make a cross, that you see where is option and try to hit that zone and everything, these kind of crosses are important. Of course, we are working on that. We always have those moments we want to achieve and try to make points of them. So, of course, we are working on those things we need it.
And your evaluation about the coordination between the defense lane and the midfield of your team?
This is the thing that we are working on a daily basis. These are the things, like I said, this is the balance where we have to move together to stay compact, when we have to play high and then run behind, because these kind of things happen in the football. When you want to be dominant team, of course you come to have a higher, pressing your opponent high up the pitch, and then you have to deal with those balls behind your back running 50 meters. This is what it is. This is reality of football. We see it worldwide. In any other league in the world, if you watch Premier League, whatever, you will see best teams playing high, and then the defenders, they have to run back. In a World Cup, we'll see the same thing, I think. when you have to defend in a lower block, you have to know how you stay in a lower block, how you have to defend, how to close the lines, and then how to use that space behind the opponent's back. So these are the things that we are working constantly on, again, depending what kind of opponent you're going to face. So that's why we are working.
Coach, regarding the last two matches, there seemed to be a huge difference between the performance in the first half and the second half. Especially against Northeast, the players seem to be hesitant to keep the ball on the feet and play composed passes and all. But then the same set of players come in the second half and give a much better performance. Yeah, even against Mumbai City, maybe we could say you deserved the goal, but that was not the case. But why do you think there is a difference between performance in the first half and in the second half?
First of all, because in a football mentality side, all the teams, when the game starts, they are a little bit more concentrated, focused on the task. And even last night or any game, we can often see that the first half ends up on 0-0 because the teams, they are still focused, concentrated. And then in the second half, after the team talks or whatever it is, there is maybe changing of strategy. So in our case, in last game, we had a couple of new names on the pitch in starting 11. They started for the very first time this season. So then you have this part of the game where actually you need to adapt a little bit to different kind of pitch, different kind of movement. Even we know each other, but this is like kind of first part where you're still trying to find that calm and confidence on the pitch, on the ball, passing. That's why sometimes it leads to some ball loss. You know, but then in the second half, when some of the boys, they got that confidence, you know, they feel good, then it gives you more quality. And then especially when you change certain things, you put some fresh legs, then it brings you more quality, and then you score goals. So these kind of things happen in the football very often, where you see in some cases two teams playing organized, compact from the beginning, and you see both of these teams not allowing opponent to create something. And then in the second half, they start playing more openly. On a physical side, maybe one team will go down, then you get more space, then you get more open, wide situations, and then it leads to some goals or something like that. So that happened with us in the last game. When you speak the game against Mumbai, we were absolutely not happy with our first half. Actually, the way we played the second half was the way we wanted to start the game. And yet, some things occur, and then you lose that kind of confidence. Then in a half time, you need with the team talk to boost the things, and then you go back. As a coach, it makes me confident because you are capable to react. So these kind of things are good, because if you are in trouble or conceding goals and then you're capable of reacting, that's a good thing, because the team shows character. The team shows the will to fight back, to get back on equal. So then we are working on that, of course, that we are the team who will always have the things under control.
Coach, you also seem to leave the test line early before the final whistle. Why was that?
To be honest, but not laugh, okay? 2 days before the game and day of the game, me and a couple of players, we got food poisoning, okay? I was suffering like the day before the game, day of the game. Don't laugh, I had to go to toilet, okay? So I was called in second half, and it was after the third goal. When this mister scored, it was already 95th minute or something. I just said to guys from the staff, guys, I had to go in. I had to go inside. So sorry about that. Hope it will not happen again.
Coach,
Dimi had trouble with that as well, and some other players. So actually, I didn't want that to cause some other troubles too, but I had to go in. It was like, I think, 20 seconds before the final, or something like that.
Coach, regarding Dimi, he seemed to have a slight issue with his hamstring when he went off. Is there a concern regarding that?
No, it was just the reaction because of that, dehydration, especially the day of the game. He had that issue. So during the whole week now, he was training with the team. He's ready for the game. No problem.
Any other injury concerns?
No, everybody's here. Everybody's available. Even last week we had Ayush suffering with some issue. He's back now. Everybody's available. Everybody's here.
Coach, some time ago you were saying that 90% of the crosses are not on target. What could be is it an issue with the quality of the league or quality of the players? What could be
No, it is just the fact that the information that sometimes the players are getting that when they get the ball on the side, thinking that just putting the ball inside the box, even in many situations you will see that the cross is coming and there's nobody in the box. Like many players, they just want to put, maybe it's a part of strategy of, but these kind of things you will see worldwide in some teams. When they don't see good solution to cross, they don't cross, they keep the ball, move around. So that's the way just some players react, maybe under pressure, saying, maybe I just put the ball back then and I don't think twice, I don't take any risk, and it leads to those situations. So this is the reality. I think that this kind of thing is a gradual process, that it will change in a time, where the players actually, when they create those movements on the side and then lifting the head, seeing where are the movements, first, second post or zone, and then trying to hit that zone. These kind of things, like we say, quality crosses or something. But in many cases you will see even from half positions players just crossing, even like when the line is high, or like players just putting pressure maybe on the defense line, who will react maybe on strange way, giving corners away, even in the second part of the game, just putting pressure kind of thing. But that's the result. That's nothing. It's nothing bad. It's just the part of the game.
Coach, the last game you played Sandeep at left back and Nishu at right back. Nishu has experience playing on both flanks, but Sandeep has basically played on the right side. What was the reasoning for playing them inverted?
It was just kind of the feeling of the first game, knowing that they both can play both sides. Even if you remember last year, Sandeep was playing with quality semi-finals and final on the left side. So we have fully confident in all of them actually. So I'm happy that both of them can play both sides. So there is no problem with that. Then later when we switch a little bit, then we put Sandeep on the right side. It was just the kind of choice, knowing that we wanted to have that speed and quality on both sides. That's all.
Coach, a question regarding Bijoy. He had some minutes last season, and the club renewed his contract ahead of the season. We gave him a new jersey number, but he hasn't made the matchday squad yet this season. What do you think he has to do, or like why is he not in the matchday squad as of now? And what do you think he has to do to make that step up into the squad?
Well, so far it was just even he was suffering with one injury not long time ago, which was not that huge, and then we just wanted to put him back in a shape. He's a very good player, very good guy. Actually, I like him a lot, being a part of the squad. In the last games, our choice was to, when you speak about also foreign players, then having this option of a foreign player as a central defender on the bench, then you look, okay, the other positions, how you can fill your bench, and then some very often saying you don't take two central defenders on the bench, trying to have more offensive options, this kind of thing. But rather than that, he's a great guy, great player, and soon he will get his chance to play, that's for sure.
So, thank you so much.